Hello friends, good evening. Welcome to NEET World. This is your Abhilash Sir, Mathematics faculty for Foundation, EAP set, KSET and also JEE. So, for class 9 students, when it comes to CBSE, we had started with the chapter of number system. So, let us continue with that. So, till now what all we have learnt? That is, we had learnt up to rational numbers. What is rational numbers and irrational numbers? So, rational numbers, we learned that, what is that we learned students? That is, rational numbers, they are of two types. That is one is terminating decimal, another one is non-terminating but repeating. Okay, another one is non-terminating but repeating. Okay. For terminating, what is the example we took? We took the example of 7 by 2, we got it as 3.5. Okay, that is the example we took for terminating. Non-terminating, we took the example of 10 by 3, we got it as what? We got it as 3.33333. Continuous. Non-terminating, we wrote it as 3.3 bar. Okay, 3.3 bar. And also we learned that how to convert such a decimal into p by q form, into rational form, such a decimal, that is non-terminating but repeating, into decimal, that is into rational form, that is into p by q form. All these things we learnt. And also we spoke about irrational numbers. Okay, irrational numbers also we spoke. So, what do we mean by irrational numbers? We spoke that there are certain properties when it comes to first thing, that is it is neither terminating nor repeating. It is neither terminating nor repeating. Okay. Next thing is, it is not a perfect square. 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 Not a perfect square. So, example is what? Example is root 2, root 3, root 7. Okay, root 3, root 2, root 3, root 7. Root 7, etc. And also it is not a perfect cube. Okay, those numbers are also not a perfect cube. They are not a perfect cube. They are not a perfect cube. Example, cube root of 2, cube root of 3, cube root of 9. Because cube root of 8 is 2, cube root of 9 is not there. Okay, cube root of 9 does not exist. But square root of 9, it exists. Square root of 9 is what? Square root of 9 is 3. So, that is a rational number. 3 can be written as 3 by 1. And another thing is pi. Okay, pi is also irrational. Pi is also irrational. IR means I am writing it as irrational number. Okay, till now, till here we have learnt. And also we learned that how to convert, okay, non-terminating but repeating into what? Into p by q form, into rational form. That is what, for example, we took it as 0.1 bar. Shortcut method we took it as, we can write 1 divided by 9. Okay, if the bar is on one digit, then we will have 19. Suppose if you have 0.11 bar, if the bar is on 2 digits, we will have 2 nines, the numerator will have 11 itself. This you can further simplify. Or if you have something like this, 2.3 bar, then how to write this? Directly you can write it as what? We can write 3 divided by what? On how many digits bar is there? The bar is on one digit, I can write it as 19. This 2, instead of point, I can write it as 2 plus. So, this will become what, friends? 9 2s are 18. 18 plus 3 is what? 21 by 9. This further you can simplify, that is 3 7s are 3 3s are. This you can write it like this. Okay, clear? Like this we have done so many questions when it comes to non-terminating but repeating, how to convert them into p by q form. Okay, non-terminating but repeating, how to convert them into p by q form. All these things we have learnt. Now, let us see some questions, some more questions that is there in exercise 1.3. Okay, exercise 1.3. So, till now we have done first, second and fourth question, I think. Now, we have to see exercise 1.3. There is one question, that is second question, I think. So, we have to look at this. They have given, you know that 1 by 7 is, okay, this one, fine. Okay, 1 by 7 is 0.14. Okay, and 2 there is bar 857. Okay. So, can you predict what the decimal expansion of 2 by 7, 13 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 6, 5 by 7, 6 by 7 are without actually doing the long division? If so, how? Okay, without actually doing the long division, how we can do that? We got 1 by 7 as what, friends? 1 by 7 is 0.14, 2 bar 857. Okay, now we want what? We want 2 by 7. Next, what do we want? We want 13 by 7. Okay, next what do we want? We want 4 by 7. And after that what we want? 4 by 7. Next we want what? 5 by 7, 6 by 7, and also what is that? Yeah, 6 by 7. Till here we want. Now 2 by 7 can be written as what, friends? 2 by 7 can be written as 2 into 1 by 7. Correct? No, 2 into 1 by 7. Similarly 13 by 7 can be written as what, friends? 13 into 1 by 7. Okay, and 4 by 7 can be written as what? 4 into 1 by 7. Similarly 5 by 7 can be written as what? 5 into 1 by 7. Okay, 6 by 7 can be written as what? 6 into 1 by 7. Now what is 1 by 7 value? 1 by 7 value is given here. So I can write it as what? 2 into, what is it that is given? 0.142 bar, okay, 857. So this will become equal to what? So if I multiply by 2, this will become what? 2 7s are 14. I have to multiply on this side, this you know. 2 5s are 10, 11, 2 8s are 16, 17. Okay, 17. Okay, 2 2s are 4, 5. Okay, and 2 2s are 4, 5, and 5 there should be bar. Okay, and 5 there should be bar. So this will become 5 bar, 5 bar, 2 2s are 4, 5, 2 4s are 8, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2. Okay, this will become 0 point. The answer will be 0 point, this should be bar, 0.285 bar 714. Okay, 0.285 bar 714. This is the answer to this question. Okay, now let us see for this one. So this will be equal to what? Let me write here 0.14, okay, 2 bar 857 into 13. 13 into this thing, or this thing into 13 is same. So what will I get? Here I will get it as what? 13 7s are 91. Tables you must be knowing. 13 5s are 65. See, your CBSE students, definitely you should know tables up to 30 and squares up to 30 and cubes up to 20. Please practice this. Please memorize this. So this will become what? 13 7s are 91, 13 5s are 65. 65 plus 9 is what, friend? 65 plus 9 is 74. Okay, 74. 13 8s is how much? 13 8s is 104. 104 plus 11 is 111. 111. So I will 111. I'll write 1 here. Here it will be 11. 13 2s are 26. 13 2s are 26. 26 plus 11 is 37. So I'll write 7 here. But on this I have to write bar. Okay. Okay. 37. So I'll write 3 here. 13 4s are how much it is? 13 4s are 52. 52 plus 3 is 55. Okay. This is what? 13 1s are 13. Okay. 13 1s are 13. Okay. Plus 1 is what? Plus 1 is 14. So I'll write 1.457. So this will become 1.547 bar. Okay. 141. This is the answer I get. Now what about 4 into 1 by 7? Same thing I have to follow, same procedure. This will become equal to what, friends? Okay, you can write down neatly. So this will become what? 0.142 bar 8, okay, 857 into 4. Now if I multiply by 4, what I will get? 4 7s are 20, wait, 4 5s are 20, okay, 4 5s are 20 I will get. So 4 5s are 20, 2 is left, 22, 4 8s are 32, 32 plus 2 is 34. So 3 will be here, 4 2s are 8, 8 plus 3, 11. Okay, on this one there should be bar. 4 4s are 16, 17, 1 bar is 1 carry is there, 17. This is basic multiplication. 4 1s are 4, 5. So this will become what? 0.57, 1 bar 4 2 8. This is the answer to this question. Now what about this 5 into 1 by 7? I should write it as what? What is given? 0.142 bar 857 into what it is? It is nothing but 5. Okay, so this is what 5 into 7 is. See, you should not use long division method. Directly, how can you do it? Like this. Okay, so 5 into 7 is 35. Okay, 5 5s are 25, 28. 5 8s are 40, 42. 5 2s are 10, 10 plus 4 is 14. Okay, but on 4 there should be bar. Here 5 4s are 20, carry 1. So this will be 21. 5 2s are 10. Okay, 10 plus 2 is 12. So this will be 12. But here decimal is there 0.2. Okay, so this is the answer to this question. 1.21 4 bar 285. Clear? This is the answer to this question, friends. Let us have a look at this question. This is what? This is given as what? 6 into 1 by 7. So this is what I should write, 0.142 bar 857 into 6. If they give, it's not just 1 by 7, they can give 1 by 17, they can give anything. Okay, they will give the decimal. If they ask you to find, if 1 by 17 the value is given, if they ask you to find 27 into 17, 27 by 17, that time what you should do, 1 by 17 the decimal value is given, that you should multiply by 27, that's it. If they give 1 by 11 value, they ask you to find what? They ask you to find 3 by 11 value, that time what you should do, 1 by 11 value, they will give decimal. What is that value? Let us, the value will be 9.09. Okay, if they ask 3 by 11, what you should do? 3 into 9.09, that is 3 into 1 by 11, you will get the answer. Same way we are doing it here. So this I should multiply by 6. This will become what, friends? 6 7s are 42, 6 5s are 30, 34, 6 8s are 48, 51. Okay, 6 2s are 12. 12 plus 5 is 17, but on 7 there should be bar. 6 4 are 24, 25. Okay, 6 4s are what is that? 6 4s are 24, 25. Okay, on 2 there is bar. Let me check once again this one. Just let me check. So this will be equal to what? 6 7s are 42. Okay. 6 5s are 30, 34. Okay. 6 8s are 48. 48 is what? 6 8s are 48. Okay. 6 8s are 48. So this will be equal to what? 6 8s are 48 plus 3, 51. Okay. 6 2s are 12, 17, and 7 there should be bar. 6 4s are 24. 6 4s are 24. Okay. 6 4s are 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. 6 1s are 6. Okay. 6 1s are 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay. That is 0. This will become what, friends? This will become 0.857 bar on 2. Let me check for 5. I think I have done a mistake for 5. Let us have a look at for 5. Okay. Mistakes do happen. It's okay. No problem. Let us have a look at the number for 5. So 5 7s are 35. 5 5s are 25, 28. 5 8s are 40, 42. Okay. 5 2s are 10, 14. On 4 there should be bar. 5 4s are 20. Okay. 5 4s are 20. That is what? 5 4s are 20, 21. Okay. So 5 1s are 5 plus 2, 7. Okay. I took it as 5 2s are. So that is the mistake I did. So no problem. This is 0.714 bar 285. Okay. This is the answer to this question. I hope it is clear. Let us move to the next one. First, what you should do? 1 by 7 is given. If there is 2 by 7, that is 2 into 1 by 7. If there is 13 by 7, that is 13 into 1 by 7. 4 by 7 is 4 into 1 by 7. 5 by 7 is 5 into 1 by 7. 6 by 7 is 6 into 1 by 7. For example, 6 into 1 by 7, what you will do? 1 by 7, the value is given. So that is 0.142 bar 857. So you should multiply that by 6. That's it. Don't use long division method. I hope it is clear, friends. Let us move to the next one. Okay. Here they are given. Express 0.999 in the form of P by Q. Are you surprised by your answer? With your teacher and classmate, discuss why the answer makes sense. Okay. What they have given? That they have given. What the question that they have given is 0.99999. This is continuing, and it is also repeating. So it is continuing. Okay. That is, it is non-terminating but repeating. Non-terminating but repeating means it is rational number. So this can be written as what? X can be written as 0.9 bar, because 9 is repeating again and again. It is what? It is non-terminating but also repeating. That is, it is not terminating. Dot dot is given here. See here. Observe. Please observe carefully. Dot dot is given, that it is non-terminating, and also the numbers are repeating. So x can be written as 0.9 bar. So now I will expand this bar. That I will remove this bar. This will become what, friends? 0.9999. Okay. 5 9s they have given. Let me write it as it is. I told you, on how many digits bar is there? On 1 digit bar is there. On 1 digit bar is there means we should multiply by what? 100, 1000 or what? We should multiply by 10. On 1 digit bar is there means we should multiply by 10. On 2 digits bar is there means, students, we have to multiply by 100. On 3 digits bar is there means we have to multiply by 1000. Okay. So here we have to multiply by what? 10. So let us multiply, that is be equation 1. Okay. Let us multiply this equation 1 by 10. So this will be 10x. This, if I multiply by 10, this will become 9.9999. Okay. Here the dot should be there. Here also dot should be there. This will be equation 2. Now what I should do? Same procedure. 2 minus 1. If I do 2 minus 1, what I will get? 10x. Okay. 10x is equal to 9.9999 dot dot dot. This here it will be x. So this will become what? 0.999 dot dot dot. So if I subtract this, 10x minus x is 9x is equal to, this will be 0 0 0 only. 9 minus 0 is 9 itself. So what I will get ultimately? I will get it as what? 9x is equal to 9. Okay. So x is equal to what? I will get it as 9 by 9. Cancels. So I will get x is equal to what? 1. Okay. So how you got 1? 1 is nothing but I can write it as what? This 1 can be written as 1 by 1. This is of the form P by Q. Okay. So are you surprised by your answer? With your teacher and classmate, discuss why the answer makes sense. That means what, friends? If 0.9999 is given, that is very much equal to what? That is very much close to what? The number, that is next number, that is 1. So 0.9999 9, 9, 9 repeating is very much equal to 1 itself, that is it is very close to 1. Okay, that 1 can be written as 1 by 1, that is P by Q form. So, that is what it means. Okay, 0.999 is very much close to, that is almost equal to 1, not very much close to, it is almost equal to 1. Here we got it in the fraction form of 1, that is 1 by 1, that is P by Q, that is nothing but in decimal form. It is non-terminating and repeating means it is nothing but equal to 1, that is 0.999. Non-terminating and repeating means it is nothing but equal to 1 itself. Alright, let us move to the next question, friends. Okay, let us move to the next question. So, here in this question, that is, look at several examples of rational numbers in the form P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0, where P and Q are integers with no common factors other than that one having terminating decimal representation expansions. Can you suggest what property Q must satisfy? So, here they are asking us to take examples of P by Q form, but there should be what? There should be terminating decimals. They should be terminating decimals, and they are asking what property Q must satisfy. Okay. So, let us take examples of terminating decimals. Here we have to take what? Terminating decimals. Terminating decimals which are rational numbers. Terminating decimals means what? They are rational numbers only. Terminating decimals, examples. Let us take example, that is example 1. Let me take it as 3.57. This can be written as what, friends? 357 divided by, after decimal point, how many numbers are there? 5, 7, two numbers. So, I should 1 followed by 2 zeros. Okay, let me take another number. Let me take it as 2.5. So, here I will write it as 25. After decimal, how many digits are there? 1 digit. So, 1 followed by 0. Okay, because terminating decimal means denominator will have 1 followed by how many zeros? After decimal point, how many numbers are there? Those many zeros. If it is non-terminating but repeating means in the denominator will have how many digits bar is there, and how many digits bar is there, those many 9s we will have in the denominator. When it comes to non-terminating but repeating, non-terminating and repeating, denominator will have 9s. How many 9s? On how many digits bar is written? If on 1 digit bar is written, you will have 1 9. On 2 digits bar is written, you will have 2 9s in the denominator. On 3 digits bar is written, you will have 3 9s on the denominator. Now, when it comes to terminating decimals, okay, after decimal point, how many digits are there? Those many zeros will have. 1 followed by those many zeros. 1 followed by those many zeros. Suppose I write another example. Okay, let me write another example. That is, let me write it as 3.572. So, this can be written as what? 3572 divided by, after decimal, how many digits are there? 3 digits. So, 1 followed by 3 zeros. So, this is of which form? P by Q form. Okay, this is of which form? P by Q form. This is of which form? P by Q form. Now, let us look at the denominators. Here Q is what? Here Q is 100. Q is 100. Let me factorize this Q. If I factorize this Q, what I will get? If I factorize this Q, what I will get? 5 2s are, 5 4s are, 2 2s are, 2 1s are. Okay. So, this 100 can be written as what? 100 can be written as 5 into 5 into 2 into 2. Okay. That is what we will, just a minute. 5 into 5 into, we will get it as 5 into 5 into 2 into 2. Okay. That is what we will get. Now, suppose I write same thing. Q is, here Q is what? Q is 10. So, this Q, if I factorize 10, I can write it as what? 5 into 2 into 2 into 1. So, 10 is written as what? 5 into 2. Okay, 5 into 2. Similarly, if I factorize this Q, here Q is what, friends? Q is 1000. Okay, Q is 1000. Now, if I factorize this 1000, what I will get? 1000 if I factorize, what I will get, friends? 5 2s are, 200s are, 5 4s are 20, 5 8s are 40. Okay. Now, what I will get if I move this? Okay. Now, what I will get? Here, this is what, if I move this here, I will get it as what? Here 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2. So, 1000 can be written as what, friends? 1000 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Now, when you see Q, what are the factors that we are getting only? Only factors that we are getting is, see here, this here 100 can be written as what? 5 into 5, that is 5 square into 2 square. This 10 can be written as what? This 10 can be written as 5 into 2. Similarly, this 1000 can be written as what? How many 5s we got? 5 cube into 2 cube. Okay, 2 cube. So, in the denominator, that is Q is having only factors of 5 and 2. Okay, only the factors of 5 and Q are present. that is when we write it in the form of p by q, when we write the terminating decimals in the form of p by q, the q will satisfy a property that the prime factorization of q will be in the form of 5 into 2, 5 into 2, where 5 can be raised to any power or 2 can be raised to any power. In terms of 10, 5 is raised to 1, 2 is raised to 1. In terms of 100, 5 is raised to 2 and 2 is raised to 2. In terms of 1000, 5 is raised to 3 and 2 is raised to 3. So what we can write, what we can conclude? We can conclude that, okay, we can conclude that, see here. So what can you guess? Can you guess what property q must satisfy? Okay, for terminating decimal representation, so we can write for terminating decimal representation, for terminating decimal representation in the form of p by q, in the form of p by q, in the form of p by q, q must satisfy a property that q must satisfy a property, satisfy instead of satisfy, q satisfies, already it is satisfying, q satisfies a property, q satisfies a property that the prime factorization of q, prime factorization of q is in the form of 5 to the power of m into 2 to the power of n. Okay, is in the form of 5 to the power of m into 2 to the power of n, that is 5 and 2, that is 5 and 2 is what, that is it is in the form of 5 into 2. Here also it is 5 into 2, there also it is 5 into 2, there also it is 5 into 2. So 5 to the power of m into 2 to the power of n, where m and n are factors, when m and n are powers of m, 5 and n, where m and n can be equal also, where m is equal to n also possible. See here 3 is to 3, 2 is to 2, that is also possible. Anyway you can write it, okay, or you can write it as 5 to the power of m into 2 to the power of m. Okay, 5 to the power of m into 2 to the power of m, that way you can write it. Okay, 5 to the power of m into 2 to the power of m, it is satisfying this property, very important. Prime factorization of q, of what, q here is what, 100, that is we got it in the form of 5 into 2 raised to power something, 5 into 2 raised to power something, when it comes to 5, that is 10 raised to power 1 when it comes to 10, 1000, 5 into 2 raised to power 3, okay, 1000 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5, 2 into 2 into 2, that is 5 cube into 2 cube, that can be written as 5 to the power of 3 into 2 to the power of 3. That is the property it satisfies when it comes to what, terminating decimals. But when it comes to non-terminating decimals, you cannot say this about q, because in q you will have nines, not thousands or hundreds or 10,000s or 10 or lakh or something. Okay, so you will have nines in the denominator. Here you will be having 1 followed by zeros. How many zeros? After decimal point, how many digits are there? Those many zeros. Okay, so this is about this question. I hope it is clear, friends. All right. So this is what you have to remember. This is what you have to remember when it comes to decimal expansion. When it comes to, they are asking what is the question that they are asking. What is the question that they are asking? They are asking. See, don't get confused. Several examples of rational numbers. We gave several examples. In all these examples, one of the thing we observed was p is satisfying a condition where we are getting a denominator 100, 10, 1000, something like that. So not p, q. Q is satisfying a condition that the prime factorization of q is in the form of 5 into 2. Okay, where 5 can be raised to any power, 2 can be raised to any power depending on the number. That is 100, if it is 100, 5 can be raised to power of 2, 2 will be raised to power of 2. If it is 2, 5 will be raised to power of 1, 2 will be raised to power of 1. If it is 1000, 5 will be raised to power of 3 and 2 will be raised to power of 3. Like that it varies. Okay, if it is 10,000 it varies, if it is 1 lakh it varies, that is 5 into 2 only you will get the factors, powers will vary. Okay, generally q is in the form of 5 into 2 where power can be raised to the power of m. 5 to the power of m into 2 to the power of m, m can be anything. Clear? Got it, friends? I hope it is clear. That is what you have to understand when it comes to these properties. Okay, I hope it is clear. Let me wind up now. Okay, I will wind up the session now. I hope it was useful. Please follow this session. Okay, one more exercise, that is 1.3 is done. Then we will be doing 1.5. 1.5 in old NCERT, in new NCERT, as per your NCERT it is 1.4 only, because 1.4 which was in old NCERT is deleted for you. So, we will be doing 1.5. Okay, and also that is 1.4 in your NCERT. Okay, let me talk with respect to your NCERT itself. It will be 1.4 and then 1.5. But still 1.3 is not done. Some more questions are done. Some more questions are to be done, which will be done in the next class. Please stay tuned for NEET World. Okay, and let's meet in tomorrow's session. That is tomorrow evening. Please watch the session. It will be very useful. After NCERT questions are done, we will be doing R.S. Agarwal, R.D. Sharma, such reference book questions. Okay, thank you. Take care, friends.